through normally when they're young, but some part one. The same way that men go through their kind of hoe phase, like their cheating phase, where they just don't know how to be faithful. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. That like that little phase that they go through normally when they're young, but some of y'all old motherfuckers go through it too. I don't know. We have that phase too. But ours is so much worse because we're going through our phase secretly. You can go through a whole relationship with a woman thinking that she never, ever cheated on you. And the whole time she was. Because when we do it, we put more effort into hiding it. You'll never find out unless we want you to. If you find out that a woman's cheating, she wanted you to know. That's why I can't stand behind the whole men ain't shit thing. Because men and women go through that ain't shit phase. Shit that females are going to hate me for saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Part 2. So the reason why we friend zone you is because we are 9 times out of 10 not physically attracted to you, but we know that we can get pretty much whatever we want out of you. And because you are in that phase with us where you're trying to impress us because you actually like us, you'll do pretty much whatever to try to impress us. And we take full advantage. We know we can call you for anything and you will say yes because you're hoping that the friendship leads to something more. I promise you though, it's not. If she wanted to be in a relationship with you, if she actually liked you, that would have been done. All the shit that you do for her, that would have been done if she really wanted to be with you. And I am well aware that what I'm saying does not apply to all women, but if the shoe fits, wear that bitch. Shit that females are going to hate me for saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Part 4. So ladies, when we're arguing with our man, I hate to say it, but girls, sometimes we gotta just don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. There have been so many times where women, including myself, I'm guilty of it too, we have made arguments escalate for no reason. Just because we don't know how to shut the fuck up sometimes. Shit goes from 0 to 100 because we can't just let shit be sometimes. And even if it's a situation where it needs to be discussed, like y'all need to talk about it, sometimes you gotta just put it on hold for a minute. Especially if it's something that's pissing him off, you gotta give him a minute to calm down. Let it marinate for a second. Just shh. Part 5. The bullshit that's about to be in these comments. Ladies, if you don't want to do wifely duties as a girlfriend, that's fine. But do not expect your man to do husbandly duties as a boyfriend. Because a lot of y'all will be like, I'm not going to cook for him. That's a wifely duty. I'm just a girlfriend. I'm not about to cook for you. A lot of y'all will do that shit, which is fine. You grown. Do what you do. But if you want some extra money for bills or to get your hair done, your nails done, whatever, do not go ask him. Because I used to do that. I used to be like that until I realized that they can do that shit back to you. Now I'm like, boo, how you want your steak cooked? Relationships are give and take, and we can sometimes get in the habit of just taking. Alright, so ladies, hear me out. Your bad attitude might be the problem. The constant bickering, fussing, fighting, all that might be the problem. I know it because I've done it. I used to fuss and fight and bicker and nag my man to death, which ultimately led to a lot of our problems that we had in our relationship that caused us to separate. Not saying that we didn't have other problems that led to it, but me doing that did not help, which might be the case in your situation as well. Now, that doesn't mean that the problems in your relationship are all your fault and they're all caused by your bickering and nagging, but maybe it's time to take accountability for the part that you play in it. Part 7. I'm just gonna say it, ladies, stop confronting the woman whenever your man decides to step out on you. It is your man's responsibility to not cheat on you, regardless if she knew about y'all's relationship or not. She owes you no loyalty. Unless it's a family member or a really close friend, that is the only exception. But just some random chick that don't even know you, leave that girl alone. Y'all will go through hell and high water to find out where this girl work, where she lives, so you can go fight her. But meanwhile, you still got this motherfucker up in your bed. Sis, the math ain't mathin'. Now you've sent him the message that he can cheat on you and get away with it because he know that you gonna be more mad at the girl than you are at him. 2 + 2 do not equal 5, sis. The math ain't mathing. Part 8. So we just gonna jump into it. Being too masculine is not going to attract masculine men. It is not going to attract an alpha male. An alpha is not going to seek another alpha. 2 alphas cannot coexist. It will not work. There's nothing wrong with being strong and independent and being able to take care of shit on your own. We all have to do that. Yes. The problem though is when you have that I don't need a man for shit attitude attached to it, which is fine. If you don't need a man for shit, cool. But when you attract them little boys who are using you and taking advantage of you, don't complain, because you don't need a man for shit. So you're going to attract men who don't want to do shit. Don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger. Part 9. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit different. If you have not seen part 1 and read some of the comments, you might not understand this part. So go do that first and then come back. So there is so much misconception with part 1. One of the main things that y'all need to relax about. I did not say all women cheat. I did not say all men cheat. The video is referring to men and women who do cheat or have cheated in the past. But one of the major things that is sticking out to me is the women in the comments. The women are pissed off in the comments. And y'all are so mad that you missed one of the main points of the video, honestly, the main point of the video. There are so many women who walk around saying men ain't shit. Like, how many times have you heard that phrase from women? Men ain't shit, men ain't shit. So what I was saying when I was talking about women who cheat and how they are sneaky and how they hide it and they will pretend that they're innocent when they're really not. I was saying that women have no room to go around saying men ain't shit when women have the capability to be just as bad, if not worse, than men sometimes. I'm saying that I don't stand behind the phrase men ain't shit because there are plenty of women who ain't shit as well. And the women are pissed in the comments. All I'm gonna say about that is women have a tendency to get angry and defensive whenever you state things that hit a little too close to home. If you say something that's a little too close to the truth and she don't want to admit it, she get an attitude, she get mad, she get defensive. All the shit that y'all are doing in the comments. It's easier to ignore something whenever you know concrete 100% that it's not true. You want to know the women who don't give a fuck about what I said because it doesn't apply to them? The women who saw that video and kept scrolling and paid it no mind because they know that it does not apply to them and their character speaks for itself. So if you in the comments mad, you might want to do a little bit of self-reflection, boo-boo. 11. I don't know how many of these I'm going to end up doing. All right, ladies, when you get into a relationship, there's certain activities that you can no longer do with your single friends. Not saying you have to cut off your single friends. It's just certain shit that you just can't do with them no more. Like when I'm in a relationship with my single friends, we do like brunch and mimosas. Or we go shopping. You know, daytime shit. I don't go to the club with my single friends when I'm in a relationship. Because they gonna be out doing single shit. I can't do that no more. I can't go to Vegas with my single friends. Y'all gonna be out there doing single shit. And plus, bitch, when the sun go down, I want to be up under my man. I don't want to be at the club. I want to get my back broke. 12. I am not mentally prepared for these comments. Ladies, if you make the decision to take your man back after he has cheated, don't bring it up every time you guys have a new argument. Stop bringing up old shit that you made the decision to forgive him for. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that cheating is an easy thing to get through. Why do you think for most men, when their girl cheats, it's a fucking wrap? Because they know they cannot mentally deal with that shit. So you're not wrong for feeling the way you feel about him cheating. But if you decide to take him back, that's something you have to be accountable for. If you can't deal with it, you need to just leave him the fuck alone. Don't take him back, but then make his life a living hell. If you decide to get past it, get past it. If not, keep it moving. 13. This one might cause some problems. So y'all gotta stop getting mad when guys say that they have physical standards. Cause we have them bitches too. Whether he likes some short, tall, skinny, thick, fat, blonde hair, brown hair, red hair, blue eyes, brown eyes, it don't matter. Whatever it is that he likes, if that's not you, Just keep it moving. And stop getting mad and acting like we don't be judging guys based off their appearance as well. That boy been in your DMs faithfully for the past 6 months and you ain't giving him a chance because of how he look. Or let a dude's height start with a 5. Girl, you cannot control what people are attracted to. If they don't like the way you look physically, fuck them. Somebody gonna like it. But stop getting mad about it because it's really not that. 14. Let's just have a quick moment of silence for the comment section. Okay, stop causing unnecessary drama just because your baby daddy got a new girlfriend. Trust me, I get it. I get the frustration. I see where you're coming from. I've been there. I've done it. But trust me, it is not worth it. Because the reality of it is that when you and your baby daddy break up, your kids will eventually one day have step parents. There will be a new woman in their life and there will also be a new man in their life. You just have to accept that. Embrace it because there's some really amazing step parents out there. And that is another set of hands to help you with them badass kids. Things would be so much better if you all just find a way to get along. We all have to realize, I had to realize it too, it is just better to not have unnecessary beef with people who have access to your 15. Nerves are finna be struck. If you are married or in a committed relationship with a man, you should not be withholding sex from him for no reason. Keep in mind, I said no reason. I know some of you, you may have just had a baby, you're postpartum, or you and your man are going through some like real issues in your relationship, or something else is going on, and you have a legitimate reason why. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about those women who just don't feel like it, or just don't want to, for weeks, sometimes months on end. Can you imagine if a man did that? Like just all of a sudden just stopped wanting to sleep with his woman? Y'all be ready to raise the deepest, darkest pits of hell. And it's a little suspect because if you not giving it to your man, who you giving it to?